Seconds to get going here. All right, we are live at 89Q with Coy and Ryan, and the reason we're here is because 89Q is a finalist in the 2021 Small Business of the Year Awards, which will culminate next Wednesday with the awards program at Athletic Park. So we're going to do a little bit of a tour of the studios here with Coy and Ryan, and I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll get that started.
All right.
All right, so we can kind of walk and talk. I guess
Sure.
While we're walking, if you want to just tell me a little bit about your business, your station here, and we'll kind of take it from there.
All right, Ryan may have some things to say, but real quickly, 89Q, Contemporary Christian Station, and our whole goal is to encourage people in their relationship with God and then introduce people to that relationship and then be very involved in the community. That's what we want to do. That's what we've been doing for years. I think 1988 is when the station started. But I tell you, the last few years especially, it's been so good that we're a part of the community the way we are. And to be able to use broadcasting, the microphone, to just really help the community and organize a network. And that's also part of what we do.
And Coy, I didn't fully introduce you. Why don't you give me your first and last name and what it is that you do here?
Sure. Coy Sawyer, General Manager of 89Q. So I generally manage.
All right. and Ryan, how about you?
I'm Operations Manager, so Ryan Bair. Been here now 4 years, working with Coy.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's take a little walk.
Sure. And where we're walking, Brian, is a building that we have to give credit to the chamber for.
Yes.
In a packet about 4 years ago, 2018. This is a studio, the main studio that we're in now. We saw this building in a chamber packet, and Ryan said, hey, we should go look at it. We were renting our entire existence, and then we decided to present to the board an opportunity to buy the building, and we have seen great growth just owning this building, and it's been a great blessing for us. So
Great.
yeah.
And your previous location was over in Weston. Do I remember that right?
Yep.
All
Over
right.
by the subway and at the corner of Camp Phillips Road and Schofield Avenue.
All right. So there's the big board.
The big, console and lots of everything's, it used to be CDs and even before that records we used to play, but it's all hard drive based now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in here we actually have the main FM and also our Christmas station, 89Q Extra, that still plays all the Christmas music right now.
All right.
So as it gets warm and you want that Christmas in July, well, you can find it right here.
There you go. Cool.
All right, so let's go down the hallway. It's a circle square, or square circle. We'll be coming right around. So that was an office when we moved in. This is a production room. And right now, Andy Miller, our afternoon girl, is doing some production. Check her out. She's really theatrical, too. Oh, she stopped being theatrical, of course. So she's doing some recording. Oh, there's Andy. Say hi, Andy. There you go. Yeah, she's on the air. And then our program director, Mike Lancer, his office. And
Hey, Mike.
and then this office is mine. This bathroom wasn't here, but we turned it into a bathroom. It was kind of a corner office, but you can see the co-location bathrooms way down there, and we needed something closer here, so we had that made.
Executive.
Sure, that's right.
And we do own the building, and Thrivent is renting a third of it, which really helps us to
Okay.
get down. Emily Lamb, this is her office.
Hi, Emily.
Morning show with Mike and Emily. Mike, you met, a program director. This is just the, I don't know, what would you call it, the printer room?
Working office.
Our community engagement director just moved, so we've got some people doing her job. We've got a new events coordinator who works off-site, but this is where you see all the promotional material, the swag, and all the stuff in there.
Well, my church youth group benefited from some of that swag a couple of years ago when we went to our youth gathering. You guys were very kind to share T-shirts.
We like to share our stuff. So this is a conference room. When we moved from Weston 3 years ago, we used to meet in the kitchen, and then when we bought the building, obviously we got a conference room. Everybody loves this room. It's where the coffee is. You get your Hope Blend coffee, which is a special Redwood Street roaster blend that they made just for us. The kitchen area. We used to be a clinic years ago, so you can see the clinic
Oh, sure. Yeah.
stations. And then, like I said, this is a co-location area, and Thrivent is on that other third, right?
Okay. Cool.
Now we're going to come back through the square here. One of the things, you had asked about the radio station was, the cog of the wheel, who can we specially recognize here at 89Q? And I'd have to say Heather Haupt, who loves hearing her name mentioned. Now, she's heard that. That's Ryan's office, by the way, our operations manager. And we feel like, she's the one that really helps us focus on our listeners and our donors. And I would say that one of the reasons that we've grown a lot over the last 3 years is her focus on making sure that we are communicating with our donors.
Okay.
So she has our staff, our announcers calling our listeners and just talking to them, praying for them, encouraging them. And that has just been such a blessing for listeners to say, hey, I listen to you every day. Why are you calling me at home? Or, whatever. And Heather is the instigator of that. So there's a great plan. She's the office manager now, but she's going to do more donor relations in the future. So I would say special recognition.
Sure.
To go to our
And
manager.
she's hiding behind the computer.
Yes, that's
right.
what she does. She's truly behind the scenes in every way imaginable. But she's just been the catalyst. She's our Share-a-thon coordinator, which is our pledge drive.
Yep.
She takes on the burden of all of that, and she does just a fabulous job. So I would say, Heather Haupt would be our special recognized employee.
Well, you beat me to that question then. Now, another question that I've been asking the finalists has been, when you go through the application process for Small Business of the Year, you have to sort of reflect on sort of where you started, where you are now. Did you learn anything when you went through that process? Was there anything that kind of stood out as you completed that paperwork?
You want to let Ryan answer first, but then I
Sure.
have my own perspective.
I mean, part of this process, since I've only been here 4 years and Corey's been here much longer than that, really there was a point in 89Q's existence where we almost didn't exist anymore. Is that it was a small station started by a church, and unfortunately the church went under, but they brought on Coy at some point, and they did
About 7 years after they started.
about 7 years, and did a fundraiser, and by God's grace, the money was raised, and the station kept going, and now here we are in our current building, reaching out is really across the globe with our online apps, and it's just talk about growth. I mean, we're starting from nothing, and then God has just said, hey, I'm going to keep blessing you guys, because we're, like you said, being active in the community and doing what God's called us to do.
Yeah, that steady, slow growth that he didn't experience that we planted years ago, so that our staff, I was able by the application to see our staff growth and go from one part-time employee, me, to now we're on 9 employees and looking to hire another full-time person. Then also the other thing that I loved about the application is that we look at our mission statement, and the application helped me to see how are we lining up. In many areas, yes, but the one area that stood out to me was volunteer force, which was in the application.
Oh, okay.
And I looked and I said, we have volunteers, but we can do better by, the people that love what we do need to know more about what we do. So, thank you, application. Heather has put together, our office manager, a volunteer event coming up in June with a cookout, a grill out. So we're hoping for, 100 of our volunteers plus anybody new that wants to volunteer for 89Q to get together and come up with a game plan. So that, to me, the application was very helpful in refining, okay, are we meeting our mission? And, we can do some other things too, so.
Cool. So, before I forget, I want to wish you congratulations on the, being named a finalist. Have you been a finalist before?
First year.
First time. All right, cool. I want to make sure there wasn't anything else. We've covered pretty much everything that was going to be on my list of questions. Did you have anything else you wanted to add about 89Q or your organization?
We just love being in Wausau. We love the networking that we do with nonprofits. That was on the application as well. And I know we got to look at how many nonprofits do we work with. So every other week we benefit a nonprofit in the area. And that, going over the application, helped remind me how many people that we're able to work with in the community, the nonprofits, and so that's been great. So we want to just do more.
Sure.
To work with the community, and not only to help us get out the good news of the hope and encouragement that Christ can bring us as individuals, but as a community, how we can work together to help people that need the help and to use the microphone that we have. So we're excited about our future, and we want to invite everybody to our free community-wide Hope in the Park concert with one of our top 5 artists, Jeremy Camp. It'll be free August 15th, Marathon Parks. Another great opportunity for the community. No burden cost-wise. Just come and have a great day.
Going to be in front of the grandstand?
Yes,
Grandstand show? All right, awesome.
Yep.
Very cool. So Coy, it's great that you mentioned your collaboration with other nonprofits. For a while, for a number of years, I served on the board of Greater Wausau Christian Services, and I know that you helped, I think, with the toy drive that they would do annually. And so on behalf of that organization, and on a sort of a personal note, thank you for being involved in that way, because that's just a small example of some of the big ways that you're impacting the community.
And why not use the radio waves to do it? It's a big voice. So
Sure.
we're happy to help any nonprofit that's interested in using 89Q at no cost needs to just contact us, and we'll work with them.
Great. Well, I'm going to flip the camera around, and we'll finish this up
right.
by just saying, thanks Ryan, thanks Coy, and we would welcome everybody to join us next week Wednesday, starting at 4 p.m. at Athletic Park. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you can get those on wausauchamber.com. The ticket not only gets you into the awards program, it does include I believe a beverage and a hot dog and some chips. I mean, it's kind of the full ballpark experience out there at Athletic Park. We'll be naming the 3 recipients of the Small Business of the Year Awards, and we'll also be recognizing outgoing NTC President Lori Wires during the program. There'll be an opportunity to network, which is big. Everybody is sort of hungry for that sort of activity, and you're going to be able to see some of the new renovations at Athletic Park, which is also going to be interesting. So thanks for watching, and again, thanks to Ryan and Coy, and congratulations.
Thank you, Chamber.